NextGen Nerd Podcast. Glad to have you with us today on a short solo episode. No interview this time. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the last several ones we've done. Kind of a bummer right now, jumping into this episode. I'm really using this to test a new setup. So the backdrop looks the same. Most of my equipment's the same. But the computer I used to record all my stuff died. I went to go do some upgrades to it, and it could not take it. And it was a sad, sad day. So I really wanted to test to see kind of what this looks like. But really, in doing our themed episodes, I haven't had a chance to really share things that I've been enjoying or things that are going on. And I thought I would just go ahead and take this opportunity to have a little solo episode. So for those that are wondering what I've been up to. We've been doing several episodes lately. Been a lot of fun. Did Chrono Trigger a couple weeks ago. Did Lego a couple weeks ago. Got a few more that are in the works that are coming up. And while that's going on, I am getting so close to spring break. So for those that don't know, I am a guidance counselor at a middle school in Florida. And this week, I've said this several times, this week's been a month. Like, it has been one heck of a week. And so definitely been looking for ways to escape, right? When stress happens, time to escape. And I'm going to come into the spiritual side of kind of what the Lord's been doing in my life lately in just a little bit. But before that, I just want to share some of the things that I've been enjoying to kind of steer myself away from how crazy children and parents and other adults are this close to spring break, when there's relief coming, when there's a light at the end of the tunnel and it's not a train, like where I'm turning. So a couple things that I've enjoyed lately. So we're going to jump into some nerdy recommendations. I'm going to give you, off the top of the dome, 3 things I've watched, 3 things that I have read, and 3 things that I'm playing that you may enjoy as well. So let's start with watched. I will say at the top of the list, I watched Predator Badlands last weekend. Carrie was at a ladies' retreat, and I love sci-fi movies, and this one did not disappoint. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much that I was going to make my family watch it the next night. We were just too tired, so we got through like half of it and then went to bed. But I loved it. I love it for several reasons. Number one, it's the visuals were on point. The storyline was exciting. A lot of action. I enjoyed that there was no foul language because they're aliens, so they don't have to cuss. They're aliens. They're aliens and androids. They don't have to cuss. So I appreciated that. There was no risque women that I'm having to deal with or any of those things. It was just sci-fi, action, fun, cotton candy kind of viewing. I would say the creepiest part, which I had to cover my youngest son's eyes. There is a android. So if you're familiar with any of the Alien series, Weyland-Yutani plays a heavy role in this movie as well. Weyland-Yutani has all their androids, and so to reboot them, they have these snake needle things that go in their ears, and that freaked him out, which I totally get. It was creepy, but no. So thoroughly enjoyed that. Really loved it. It's on my Amazon list. So if you're wanting to love on me and buy me the 4K version of Predator Badlands, I'd much appreciate it. So that's one thing that I've watched and really enjoyed. Another thing that I've watched and really enjoyed was Fallout Season 2. So just finished that up. I know it ended probably a month or so ago. But with life, it's hard to stay top of things, ahead of the curve, all that stuff. And so I really, really enjoyed this new season. A lot of it is fan service, right? I mean, I love the Fallout games. Played and beat all the ones from 3 on, played 2, played 1, 2. I tried to beat that thing, and it was, maybe I just had the wrong character. Maybe if I went back now, I could beat it. But it was just a long game, long behind game. So thoroughly enjoyed the Fallout universe. But really, at the heart of so many of these stories, you have a dad who looks like a monster who's trying to be a good dad. And you have a dad that looks like a good dad who's actually a monster. And just that dichotomy, just the storytelling there and the way that they're relating to their kids, and in one case how their kid is relating to them. I won't spoil what happens at the end of Season 2, but I cheered from my chair. Last scene, when it looked hopeless, and then all of a sudden help arrived, yeah, I was like, let's go. I rarely want a tattoo, and in that moment I was like, this right here, I could totally see tattooing something, because I was just like, jacked, ready to go. So Predator Badlands, Fallout Season 2. And number 3, I've not watched the last episode yet. I'll get back to that in a little while. But I've watched the first 7 episodes of Wonder Man and also really enjoyed it. It's different. It's not your typical Marvel series where you have to know 9,000 things. I think the storytelling's done really well. They're short episodes too. They're like 30-minute episodes, which is what I need. I need a 30-minute episode that me and the Mrs. Nerd can watch a 30-minute show and then go to bed and not feel like, is it over yet? It's like an hour and 10-minute episode, 57-minute episode, 55-minute episode. No, just 30 minutes, done, go to bed. But I've really enjoyed it. Great storytelling, also some mental health therapy kind of wrapped up in there, which I thoroughly enjoy listening and hearing how that's done, and self-worth, and it's hitting all the things, but it's great. So Predator Badlands is on Hulu, or if you have Hulu and Disney Plus, you can watch it on Disney Plus, or I rent it on Amazon for $4. That way I didn't have to forget to cancel a Hulu subscription. So Predator Badlands, Hulu, Fallout, Amazon Prime, and Wonder Man is on Disney Plus. If you watch the Wonder Man series and you've really enjoyed it, there's another channel that does 20-minute histories of comic characters. I think it's Variant Comics is what it's called, and they did a 30-minute episode or 23-minute episode on the whole history of Wonder Man, which was super interesting, hearing his backstory, his character arc. I'll go put a link to it in the show notes because it was really good. So you can check that out. If you enjoy the show, you may enjoy that as well. So those are 3 things that I've watched. 3 things that I've read that I've really enjoyed. Man, I've listened to a lot lately. So let me pause for a moment and think. The first thing I'm going to share that I read and enjoyed is Hugh Howey, who wrote the books that the Silo TV series is based on. Hugh Howey wrote several other books, and the one I read was called Sand. It's a post-apocalyptic book, which if you know me, you know that's my bread and butter. Like that is what I enjoy. But in it, there is this family, and they are really good at sand diving. And so in this world, sand has covered the world, and we've kind of built stuff on top of it. And they have these suits that kind of turn this hard-packed sand into more of a liquid substance so that they can dive down. And so at the very beginning, in the first couple chapters, one of them is diving down 500 meters down, and they find a skyscraper to the city that's beneath, and they break in to the skyscraper, and no one's done that before. And then they have this treasure and everything else. So good story. I'm looking forward to reading the second one. There's another one, I think it's called Across the Dunes or Across the Hills. So looking forward to doing that, checking that one out. So Sand is that one. Let's pick a comic. So I've really been enjoying several comics. One that's kind of stood above the rest right now. I just read the newest Batman All In. I've got the cover here because I'm recording with Hector Mirai and Love Thy Nerd for the pull list. Recording for that. And so the newest Batman All In was super good. It got to a point, it might be some spoilers, but I opened up and these pages felt weird. And I realized, that's because it's a full 4-page spread in the middle. So there was definitely a spoiler there. If you haven't read it, I'm sorry, but it was good. So really been enjoying the new Batman run. Just really enjoyed reading that. Hector, I read the first issue, and then I got the 5th issue, and I couldn't find 2, 3, and 4. And Hector's like, "Bud, you got to go back and get them." And then when I went back recently, they must have done a reprint or a reorder because 2 and 3 were there, so I picked those up, filled in a lot of the gaps. So now I just got to keep going and looking for number 4. So yeah, the new Batman run's really good. Looking forward to some new Ghost Machine stories as well. But Batman for right now is perfect. So Sand. Sand and Batman, and what was the other one? There's another one I was like, this one was really good. Oh, I know what it was, what I really enjoyed. My buddy, Lee Bailey, he was actually one of my high school Sunday school teachers when I was in high school. And he wrote a book called Bass Boat Theology, which may not be up a lot of my nerd friends' alleys, but it may be up some of y'all. So, yeah, it's definitely up yours. It is kind of a fishing version feel of Another Look at Life from the Deer Stand, or A Look at Life from the Deer Stand that Stephen Chapman wrote. Devotionals that are based on stories of him fishing with his dad. And I loved it. It was just some good, heartfelt stories, funny stories. I told him, I said, this does not sound like your first book. Is this your fifth book and you're just finally telling us that you're writing stuff? Because it's polished, it's well put together, it's a short read, so I could get in, read it, enjoy that chapter, enjoy that story, meditate on those ideas. It was excellent. Bass Boat Theology by Lee Bailey. Get a copy. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. So those are things that I'm reading. So again, that's Sand by Hugh Howey. That's the new Batman run, and it's Bass Boat Theology by Lee Bailey. Now, things that I'm playing. I have had a little time to play stuff, and so that's been really good. I just finished. I've really been playing a lot of House Flippers, which is an older game, but there's something therapeutic about clicking a button and cleaning a house, and I know that some of you, Mrs. Nerd herself included, is saying, why don't you take that energy and actually clean the house? It's just not as fun. I don't know why. Maybe I do know why, because it's not a game. It's just not fun. There's no little beeps and sounds, and if she knew that, she might follow me around with a tape recorder or an MP3 player or something and like play sounds as I'm doing it. But man, it's just satisfying to kind of clean the place up, get it ready, flip it, sell it. It's been neat. So played that, enjoyed that. I also played another cozy game, a game about digging a hole, which is a super short game. Played it, beat it. It's just fun digging a hole. Like get me a shovel. I'm ready to go dig a hole. So played those, and then LTN's been doing Twitch streams again. Maybe they've been doing them for a while, but I just realized that they've been doing them again lately. And I was watching Bubba play a game called Blue Prince, Prince, Blue Prince, although it is also about Blue Prince, Prints. And it's a puzzle game, kind of like a roguelite. You've got to build this house. It also feels like Betrayal at the House on Haunted Hill, Betrayal at the House on the Hill, whatever that game is, where you draw rooms and it builds kind of the world around you. I have not beaten that one. I got to a point where I thought I had beaten it. Like, okay, sweet. I worked really hard, got to it, and it was like, no, that's the first part of Forever. And I was like, I need to come back to this. I can't play this again right now. So I had to step back. But those are 3 things I've played. They're all cozy games. I've not played anything super dramatic lately. But maybe over spring break I'll pick something up. Maybe. And again, I can't remember if I told you guys I was playing Star Wars Outlaws, but I haven't played that lately because my kids got a new game on the Switch, and so I don't get a turn because they're taking all the turns. But yeah, so those are things that I am watching, reading, and playing. What are some things that you're watching, reading, and playing? Would love to hear those things. You can put those in the comments. This is what I'm reading. Check these things out. Last little note, just thinking about these things. I've thoroughly enjoyed lately my youngest son, Asher, who all of a sudden wants to go by AJ. AJ has been wanting to read more, and so we've been reading at night, and we've really been enjoying reading. I've got a whole stack of books that I read with his sister and his brother, and I read as a kid, and so it's been really fun reading those books. If you're looking for a fun book to read with your kids, it's really easy to read. It's My Father's Dragon. There's 3 books in that series, and they're all in the same little volume, and so we've really enjoyed those. There's another thing I've been reading. I've been reading that with AJ. So, so that being said, I'm going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, I'm going to share some things that are going on spiritually with me, share a little encouragement to you, and we'll keep the show going. So I mentioned earlier, just different things that the Lord's been showing me lately. I'm wanting to share those things as a word of encouragement. Several weeks ago, maybe it's a good 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I remember our pastor Robbie was talking about praying with his wife, and just making the time to do that, right? Trying to do that every night. And while I have not been successful every night, it definitely has been happening much more often. I had to laugh before that, it was almost a given that I would definitely watch TV before bed, and maybe we'd pray. And it has kind of switched. Like I mentioned earlier, we haven't finished Wonder Man because we'll pray and then we won't really feel like watching TV. So it's just been interesting that way. It's been interesting being able to pray with my wife, to spend some time there. And in that, the Lord showed me things and encouraged me in things and has challenged us and pushed us. And it's just been wonderful to see the Holy Spirit move, to feel the Holy Spirit move in moments where I'm struggling and I can feel sin just like banging right at my front door. Turning to the Lord, praying, opening Scripture, reading, and having Him restore me and renew me has just been just wonderful. And so I would just encourage you that if you're in a place where you're not sure that you're going to be able to make it, if you feel like you're going through the same motions every time, if you feel like no matter what you do, you end up coming right back around to the same person you always are, there's hope. There is hope, and I encourage you to find some good, godly men and women to surround yourself with that can pray with you and pray over you and check on you, and just know that the Lord redeems, the Lord restores, and the Lord takes care of us. I just encourage you to take care of that. One thing that I did want to share, I preached this last Wednesday. Our pastor was asking me to talk about faith and belief, and I asked him for some more context, and he offered some, and it really just felt like he was saying the same thing over and over again, which is okay. And so I just, prayed about it. And the Lord brought a passage to mind, James 2. I think it's starting in verse 14. If you're familiar with the passage, James is talking about faith and works. And he says, you may say you have faith without works. I'll show you my faith by my works. And it's for some reason, it's a controversial passage, right? Because we know that we're saved by faith. There's nothing that we've done to earn God's grace, that it's given to us freely. And yet we have James saying what feels like a contradictory statement, but it's not. It's not a contradictory statement. What he's saying is that if you believe that works are going to happen, that if you're changed, if you're made alive, you're going to see the fruit from that. And so looking at Ephesians, it was Matthew. Matthew was talking about you'll know them by their fruit, And so a tree, when it's alive, produces fruit. Like if it's well nourished, it produces fruit. It just happens that the branches are populated with fruit. And so when we are connected to Jesus, when we're saved by Jesus, He takes us from being dead to being alive. And so now that we're alive, and when we rest in Him, those fruits happen. And those fruits are patience, and those fruits are gentleness, and those fruits are love. And so, when James is saying, I will show you my faith by my deeds, he's not being braggadocious and saying, you've got to work really hard to show that you actually believe. But when you believe, those things happen. I was sharing the story. Blondin was a tightrope walker, and he strung up a wire over Niagara Falls, which is a beautiful sight. If you get a chance to go, it seems kitschy, but it's excellent. And he goes across this tightrope back and forth, and he's doing his show, and he's doing his thing. And then he gets a wheelbarrow, and he puts the wheelbarrow on the tightrope, and he pushes it down, and he comes back, and he says, how many of y'all believe that I could do it again? And they are excited, of course you can do it again. And he says, if you believe that I can do it again, why don't you get in the wheelbarrow? And that story always reminds me, that when we say that we believe in God, in James 2, it says that even the demons believe in God. It says, good for you. I'm glad you believe. Even the demons believe. That if we believe, if we want to put our faith in Him, there is this resting, this trust that means that we rely completely on God. Just like whoever would get into the wheelbarrow, which I don't think anybody did, but if anyone got in the wheelbarrow, they would have to rely completely on Blondin to make sure that they were safe. And so we have to do the same. And so I would just encourage you that as you go through your daily life, as you go through your ups and downs, stay in the wheelbarrow, stay planted, let the Lord grow you and let the Lord produce fruit through you. Ephesians 2:10 says that He's made us for good works that He's put ahead for us to do. So live in that. Trust God in those things. If you're looking for a church, if you are in the Lake Bellevue area, we would love to have you join us at Culture House. We meet on Sundays at 10:30 and Wednesdays at 7. If you're not in Florida, find a good church. Find a good church to be around people. Bible says that we should love one another, and part of that love is spending time with them. And so if you're not going to church, go to church. Show that you love God's sons and daughters. These are your brothers and sisters, so go and spend time with them. But I appreciate you as well. I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to come up here and close the show and talk about what's going to be coming up next. So thanks, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. A short one today, just a solo show talking about things that are going on in life, a little bit of encouragement. If you are enjoying this, make sure you subscribe to the show. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can give us a thumbs up. That's really helpful. Leave a comment so I can read those on the show. Would love to be able to read those things and share what you think of what's going on. So share those things on the show. You can also find us on all kinds of podcast platforms. If you do prefer an audio version, you can do that. You can download us on Spotify, on Apple iTunes podcasts, everywhere. Like I push one button and it goes all the places. So on those, subscribe as well so you don't miss an episode. You can also share all of our episodes past at nextgennerd.com. You can go on there and find that, share it to your social media. There's a lot of really good ones. So many to recommend. Go through, find a topic that you like, and listen to us talk about it. We tried to talk about why we love that thing, but we also tried to do some this or that's and put ourselves into the story and say, like, what would happen if we lived in the world of MechWarrior? Like, what would that look like? So check those out. Enjoy kind of that back catalog. Shows coming up. I don't have anything really on the books. I got a couple that I've talked to in the past that I'm trying to see about ironing out some time to get together. Hopefully that'll work out. If you've got a topic that you want to talk about, definitely drop a comment below so we can connect and share and talk about our shared love of whatever that thing is. I appreciate y'all spending some time with us. Thank you so much. If you want to find more Next Gen Nerd, you can also find us on Instagram at nextgen_nerd. I post very rarely there, but when I do, that's where it'll be. And you can also find me on Facebook, CJ Burrows. So thank you guys so much. And until next time,
peace out, Seacrest.